Hello, my gorgeous ladies, and welcome back. I am Ivan Ali. I'm 53 years old, and I'm trying to convince you to take care of yourselves because it will pay off, not in the end, but also in the meantime. Now, of course, I understand, there are two schools of thought. Well, they're not schools, they're just, you understand. Some women think that taking care of yourself means being shallow and vain, and therefore there is no more time to be intellectually cultivated, to have a rich inner life, a soul that is aligned with a higher power. And that is such a simplistic way of perceiving life that it's kind of scary. And the idea that if a woman, you know, is beautiful in young and aware of her presence, of her power, of her magnetism, then that automatically means she's dumb. It's honestly something that I really really hoped that we left behind, like in the 13th century or something, you know. But I think it's still an international. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's not fairy tale, obviously, but I think it's an international conception that helps both men and women feel better about themselves. Because attracting a woman who is beautiful, intelligent, spiritual, powerful, strong, successful in her own right, then how can you compete with that? Well, that is the point. You don't compete. You don't. You either decide, oh, this is something that can inspire me. This can be a mentor. This is something I can try to emulate in my own life. Or as a man, well, there is a song, there is a country song. I forgot his name. It's a young, good-looking, talented American country singer who says, looking at you, something I realize I have to find a better me for you. That is brilliant. And he's in his 20s or something, but that is brilliant. I have to find a better me for you. It's very very beautiful, very refined for somebody so young. So then you see women that literally they do not want to take care of themselves because they feel that means they are just I don't know how to say, like, just they look like dolls. They look like it's just being dismissed. Anything like that that's not more masculine and more just like you don't have power. And it happened to me in the past when the lady that I admired, and she was always wearing red lipstick, but it looked, I don't know, it looked good on her in the sense that it was not vulgar. She was an older lady, but a beautiful older lady, and she had a tragic life story that she said it to me when she was drunk. Like most, I don't know, in my experience, American women, again, in my experience, I do not try to generalize, but when they're drunk, they tell me what they actually think, and when they are not, they're just, mean. And those that are, of course, not everybody. And she said to me, she's like, you know, she was sober when she said that to me. Um, I've never seen a woman, a successful woman, who wore a red lipstick. I was wearing red lipstick. My eyes immediately looked at her red lipstick, and I said, really? Why do you think so? The example she gave me, it was just, it was surreal. I mean, it was so, I don't want to use bad words because I don't, but it was pretty idiotic. She said, well, the president of the club where we are members used to have a girlfriend who only wore red lipstick. And where is she now? What does that have to do with being successful, with being smart, with reading books, or going to school, with getting your master's degree and your PhD and succeeding at life? And what does that have to do with anything? And who, I don't even know who we're talking about. And what does her life have to do with other lives? It's like, you know what, she's just having a bad day, and let me be the wise one and just move away from that. But she calls me back. She said, I saw you also wearing nude lipstick. I think that will help you uh, be successful. I'm like, huh? Seriously? Wow. In what way successful? Because I wasn't really sure in what way she wanted me to be successful, considering that I had a position that I earned in that club. I was publishing books and doing a lot of things that I think they were good signs about, I was going to church, of course, just in case, sometimes it's important to tell people private things, but whatever. Looking at the YouTube and all the girls that they're there to come and say, look, I bleach my hair, or I wear this makeup, or I do this, and try to inspire others to do similar things. It's like you're kind of sneaky, it's kind of you're Maria Magdalena, or just a kind of the evil force. No, you're being yourself. I'm being myself, and myself happens to be vain. Yeah, yes, part of myself is really vain. I love makeup. I love everything. And I'm 53. But I don't think at my age I'm supposed to not have fun. No, finally now I can have more fun than when I was young. That's for sure, because that was school, learning, culture, adapting, proving yourself, have a lot of things to prove. Now it's my own life, my own experiences. They speak for themselves. I don't have to do that for anybody other than what's between me and God. And I think that's the message I want to send to other girls out there. I say girls just because it's more intimate. It's just, of course, ladies, I respect you. And those that say, well, I don't care what people think. Do you think, am I the type that seems to care what people think? Well, you know what? Even when I was young, I couldn't care less what people think because they're nobody. They are not, there is no impact in my life. It's just, it has nothing to do with how I live my life, how and who I am. Oh, if I receive a compliment, that's nice. Okay, that's it. It does not faze me. It doesn't give me value. It doesn't take value from me. I am nobody. I am nothing, okay? Without God and the Trinity, Lord Jesus and the Holy Ghost, I am nothing. So I know that. And while I am this nothing here on earth, just a sinner like everybody else, uh, I admit that, what's on the outside doesn't match what's on the inside, but obviously on the inside, I have that vain thing that makes me happy in a weird kind of way. Yeah, it makes me happy. And it makes me very happy to see women who take care of themselves. It's important. So if you wonder why you're just losing at life sometimes, it's not because you need the positive mindset, because the mindset is good, is great, but if God does not want you to take that road, you're not going to make it no matter how hard you try. And but in the meantime, it's just nice to appear like you respect yourself in front of other people. I cannot, I want to love and I love people, but I find it hard to respect women who just show up with hair unwashed. I mean, just wash your hair and iron your t-shirt, I understand you want to wear Crocs and just, I don't know, dirty pants or sloppy jeans or what have you, and that's okay. I mean, there are choices that we all make, and I'm not going to decide for you or for somebody else, but just back off, and there's a lot like young girls, like the when I say young, I mean, I'm not talking about 20s, I'm talking about 30s, when it's in the bloom, they are beautiful, they are trying to, not trying, but still having to prove themselves, to work very hard. And then you have the bunch of us, the scary ones. Honestly, if I hadn't been part of this, I would be not scared. I would be so happy and so relieved that I don't have to worry about growing old. Okay? Because this is the testimony. This is what we're telling you. It's okay. Not everybody grows old the same way. Not everybody takes care of themselves the same way. Not everybody can do certain things. And you know what? There's not only that there is nothing wrong with growing old. On the contrary, it's something to thank God every day because He woke you up so you're a better person. You have yet another chance of proving that you're grateful for this the chance and making something of every day that will have an impact for others. And man, I keep on saying I'm 53 because I am very proud of my age, and I'm very proud of not everything in my life, but of course not. I mean, that would be absurd. But the way I lived from 20 till now, for me, is a clear testimony of why without having, facelifts and lasers and very how do you say, very severe changes, dramatic changes in terms of preventing aging. I could do it because of the way I live, of what I eat or do not eat, and being hydrated all the time. And that's something like we all can do. Not everybody has to also wear makeup. Okay, makeup is disliked by most people. I love it. So it's a way that I express myself non-verbally. And yeah, I love color. I love, it just it makes me happy. And as I live in Germany, where it's quite depressive, the weather, believe it or not, the weather. Yeah, I know in England is the same, but no, it's not the same. Okay, in English, people are different. But because I still came here, I didn't want to keep a lecture, but maybe it's useful, maybe not. I want to say that when you have the face full of makeup, which is not, I don't use many products, but I would like to try out of curiosity, because I haven't tried since I was young. I do just a cream, to cover the face, and as you can see, whatever eyeliner I can make it work, and bright lipstick. But I have this from Dalba, again, a Korean skincare, because my skin is pretty much closer to, I don't know, maybe or it's just reminiscence, since I lived in Japan, and then Korea. And well, Korea was just a short time, and way back then I was also modeling, so I learned different types of secrets and things. And these, I love them. As you can see, I have two here, one for travel, one actually is in one of my purses, and this is for at the home. So during the day, throughout the day, this is not a makeup setting. It doesn't set the makeup, but because I wear Tear, which is super awesome, perfect coverage, perfect everything, and very, very light. It's like your own skin. You don't feel it. You just don't feel it. I just spray. It smells very nice. It's an essence, so it's stronger. It's not just a simple spray. It contains beneficial things for your skin. So I wanted to recommend, because I showed them to you before, but I only said before prepping your skin, when you do the rest of your skincare. No, I definitely use them throughout the day. I mean, look at this, and I have extra, when everything that I really love and I know that I'm going to use every day, whether I have makeup or not, this this is by my side, and I hydrate, hydrate, and then it's also fresh. It smells fresh. It's just like it makes you feel good. And see, the skin is like glowing and bright. But it's good when you take off the makeup, then you see that your own skin, it's in good shape. It's not dry. It's not I don't know, kind of wrinkly or whatever. So that's kind of it for today. It was a longer video, longer than I wanted to, But please feel free to leave in the comments your opinion, your honest opinion, what you think, what you feel, what's your take, and we'll continue communicating. Again, I'm Ioana, and thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. Bye.